Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 2 between Fredericka and Colonel Koenig 42. Now, Colonel is playing as the second blinde, so he's playing as the French, which is honestly one of my favorites. So we'll kind of switch it this way, so that the top is left. And we have Fredericka on the right side, who is playing as the 84th Guard, the Strelikovies. Now, in terms of income, they kind of got this weird thing going on here. So Fredericka is playing as Balanced, and Colonel Koenig is playing as V for Victory. So he has high, mid, high income, whereas Fredericka is just gradually increasing, which is pretty much what you want, really. I kind of like either one of these. I think Balance is the best one for me, or Maverick. It kind of depends on the deck as well. Like 20th Panzer, I would definitely go hard in A and B phase. Anyways, let's go over the units real quick. So we got Colonel here with the French. So we got Recon, the M8, a 57 mil, some sappers, Voltigé, which have machine guns, I believe, and Pioneers. Going to the far northern forest there. We have some flamethrowers, 50 cal, Recon, some more Voltigé, and a flamethrower. They're kind of going to the middle top town here. Play defensive, and we do have a flamethrower going here for some reason. That would be a better position for a Recon. But anyways, we'll see what happens. Another flamethrower, Recon, some Pioneers, sappers, and a 57 mil going to the bottom. And I do wonder where the cannon is going. The cannon seems to be going there, which is an interesting position. Let's look over at Fredericka's units. 2 T-34Es. Oh, that could actually be really fun to see. A 45 mil Panzerschreck, Guardia DPs, and another 45. We got some 45s, some Guardia DPs, and another T-34, so 3 in total. And they're all going to the top hill. I want to keep an eye on that. Now for the middle town, we got Guardia DPs, Strafnikis, and then a leader Comrati. Correction, for the middle open field. And for the town, we got Guardia DPs and a 76 millimeter. And the 76 will be positioned here, which is really, really strong. A really strong position. We got a 45 mil, a bunch of Strafnikis, some Sapperies, and a leader going north. And it seems like he's planning to attack this forest head on, while our friend is mainly playing defensive over there. So let's see how this goes. I am looking forward to the south. We kind of missed this tank destroyer M10A1. I think that was... Did I even miss these units? Oh, we didn't even look at these units. My bad. So we got 4 M8s, 2 sappers, and a M10A1. I completely missed those units. I am, however, really looking forward to this part of the fight. So 1 T-34 is moving, 2 of them are moving from the south. This AT gun is going here, so he could possibly attack like that. But the M8s are going to have to do most of the work. Now the town fight is going to be interesting. This area is going to be interesting. The far north, I don't think will fall into Fredericka's hands that easily, because there's a really big open field. I'm gonna have to look here. M8s are racing ahead. They're gonna get hurt. One of them got taken out. Luckily for a Colonel, they're fast enough to quickly get out of the way. 45s are lining up again though. They are gonna get a shot off. Well, luckily he survives. That was very, very lucky. Now the town, no contact just yet. They're kind of staying at the edge of the towns. Fredericka is moving up in this open field here though. T-34s and 2 AT guns. That is quite a heavy combo there. TD is moving up though. Very weak against... well, it doesn't have armor, basically. So if it gets hit, it's going to be in trouble. A bombing run by the DB-73 from Colonel kills one of the 45 millimeters and stuns the other one. And the TD actually manages to get a really good hit on it as well. That was very well played by a Colonel. Now if you look at the far north, the Sapperies are about to make a move, it seems. We got 1 M8, 2 of these machine gun, or 150 cal on 130, and a Voltigé. I thought these had machine guns, but I'm thinking of something else, I believe. The Saparies should not be an issue. The Strafnikis, on the other hand, with the PTRD, they could definitely take out these transports. Now going back to the south, T-34s have kind of recuperated. Looks like they're going to try to flank through here, perhaps. The 57mm here is kind of being useless, I would say. It's not the best position. Like, it has 1500 meters range. Putting it here would also be really defensive. It would only be able to fire right here. But possibly pushing it up to this edge would also help with the south. Now we got the M5 taking down some Guardias. This opening is quickly being filled up by Colonel's Voltigase. And he has a Char M4A2 coming up. DB73 is going to wreck all of this infantry. So far, really fast-paced gameplay. Managed to only stun one of them, it seems. Now these 45mm will have no problem taking out this tank destroyer. So I do hope Colonel pays attention to this guy. He decides to fall back with it. Very interesting. Probably what would happen if this AT gun fired, these M8s might move up and take it out. As a matter of fact, it might actually be spotted already when it moved up here. Now in terms of conquest points, it's basically equal, but Colonel does have the better positioning. This is definitely going to fall into Colonel's hands if this keeps up. The M4 over here moving up to the Strafnikis. Quite a daring push with a tank. T-34s are not doing anything over here. Now it could be because Fredericka is waiting for some infantry to push up with. We got 3 T-34s moving up over here. It looks like Fredericka is definitely going heavy on the tanks. You also see some skirmishes in the north here. This could go either way. I do see Colonel's kind of plan here to move some flamethrower units to hold this position. That is very smart. Also some investment in AA, only on the side of Fredericka though. Colonel hasn't really bought any AA yet. Now we got 3, 4, 5 T-34s to worry about here. And it looks like they're moving up. TD is about to fire. Oof, just missed it. I was about to hit the nose on it. Oh no, the M4 is going to fire on the infantry and the tank. The T-34 might be able to move up and take it out. Yep. It did just that. Now 1 flamer against 2 saparies is a bit too difficult, I would say. This M80 on the other hand might get another shot. Yep. And survive the TNT. Oh, the 57mm got an action. Takes out a T-34 with ease. Very nice. And hits the other one as well. So that's 2 T-34s taken out. Almost the 3rd one as well. That bounced. Now the Char got taken out by the T-34 over here, unfortunately. Colonel does move up a bazooka team. Plays quite defensive with it. Which is good. There's no need to push it up immediately. Another 85mm got spawned. It's quite a heavy investment in AA there. Man, that is a lot of Strafnikis. 28 Strafnikis. That's a whole lot of Mosins. One thing I'm noticing between these two players is Colonel seems to be playing it more infantry based. Although like he has decent tanks. But Frederick really loves his support and armor in this match. I mean, sure, he has the 84th, he should have a lot of good infantry, but he seems to really love these T-34s. .85mm, definitely doing some damage. Wow, that actually did a lot of damage to him. We got more Strafnikis moving up to bolster this flank. Still not quite sure why this 45mm isn't getting into action. Sorry about that. Fresh push in the north. Now Frederick does now have 14 conquest points versus Colonel's 10. Which could be problematic. Now there's 2 that are contested. Well, actually that's 3 that are contested. There's a 4th one that is contested. So Colonel could just turn this around in like 10 seconds. Spitfire coming in for a gun run on the Strafniki, about to eat a 85mm, I think. Nope, because these guys were moving. And there's a 37mm, okay. Another 37mm got spawned in the north. Super heavy on the AA net there. I don't know if that's, actually, because of his balanced income, it makes sense to buy a lot of support units first and then spend the rest in phase B and C on actual fighting infantry. Massive wave of Saparis moving up. Not sure how that's gonna go. They just got pinned down. Saparis will definitely wreck all this infantry. Oh, they traded. The Pioneers might actually hold up against these guys. But that's a big if. We do have a DB-73 coming in. The 37mm will do some damage. But this thing is flying high and is armored as hell. Very nice bombing run. Now we see a fresh push over here. We got a TD M10A1. I think one of the T-34s might have gotten wrecked. M4 peeks out, is firing at a T-34 over here. The 45mm is taking shots at it as well. Oof, man, they're just bouncing everything right now. Shooter knocked out for 5 more seconds. That is painful. Luckily, he's microing his tanks, so he's moving them back. Now if this TD kind of gets into the flank over here and just holds right there, it would stop all of these tanks from moving up the hill. M5 is being moved up to make this guy surrender, I'm guessing. But that guy does not want to surrender. M5A1's being spawned in the south. Some poor little stewards. Probably will be used as cannon fodder. Now in the north, Frederick's push got stopped by the bomber. And that has enabled Colonel to buy some more infantry. We got another tank coming up. We got a 60mm mortar. Quite a good bounce back there. DB-73 moving in is going to meet 2 of these 85mm. I'm not quite sure if it will survive this. It's going to eat quite a few of these. But when have these 85 mils ever killed a plane, right? Well, the TD is about to get wrecked by an AA gun, though. Yep. We see a massive push in the south. The 45mm is peeking out, enabling all these machine guns to fire at it. That thing's going to be stunned before he fires another shot. Well, basically. Very nice use of support units, like these half-tracks, 50 cal infantry, holding some cheaper tanks in between. Very good. Now I do wonder if this push is actually smart. Like, taking this would be amazing, because once you actually control this hill, you can stop anything from moving over this road, from coming down from here. You can even fire back at this hill. There's a really good strategic position right here. Very nice skirmish over there. Now Colonel has kind of made a comeback here, but I wouldn't really say that either one of these players has a higher chance of winning, because a lot of these points are basically, you know, right on the edge. Very good strikes with the 50. Got some mortar fire on the infantry out in the open. An IS-2 was spawned in by Fredericka. Okay. We will see what that thing can do. Unfortunately, this AT gun is badly positioned. It would have been able to fire at it if it was moved up a little bit more. Actually, no, it would need to be all the way here. Or all the way up here. Now both players are playing it kind of careful in the south. Quite a decent bombing run. We see a lot of air use by Colonel and heavy AA usage by Fredericka. They're kind of going rock, paper, scissors right now. One of these Spitfires might get shot down. Well, it's really close. That thing got damaged bad time. Or big time. Badly, big time. There we go. This is definitely not looking good for Colonel. That middle is being pushed hard, but I can already tell you that the thing that's going to happen is there's going to be a pincer move up the town. You can already tell. Because Colonel definitely has the upper hand on the flanks. There goes all that infantry. The only thing that Colonel has to do is take care of this tank and take over this little hill here. After that, he should be able to spot everything. Got another DB-73 coming in to contain Fredericka's push. Poor Razvetkas. I missed how this tank got wrecked, but probably by the M4s and the M8s. I'm gonna guess the M8. There's quite a lot of infantry here still. Another T-34, we got 1 AT gun, 4 squads of infantry. Who knows what can happen? They just deleted that recon unit. Another one gets bought. Got a bit of a skirmish over here. Those pioneers that were flanking moved all the way down south. Now this would be a good moment to push up, I think. Oh, we got a P3 BIS coming in with quite a load of bombs, I think. Luckily, missing the tank. Oh, the Spitfires are gonna catch up to him though. Jeez. That took a little bit too long for comfort. If they survive, those are the luckiest Spitfires ever. Okay. Another IS-2. At this range, like at these close quarters, this thing is not really a problem. A Steward could kill it. I'm not even kidding. Oh, IS-2 popping up. Bounce, bounce. Didn't even touch it. Ooh. Ah man, they missed. Wrecks the M4A2. I mean, that is a doorstop. You don't just take this out easily. But still, at this range, anything can happen. Some 60mm coming in for, I believe, some smoke. Pretty good strategy. Strafnikis and Sapris together with a recon team moving up. They will definitely get blasted by all of this. Another DB-73 coming in. Man, there's so much AA, it's kind of crazy. It does look like Colonel also invested in some AA, so we got a 40mm in the north, nothing in the middle, and we got a 40mm in the south. So we got two Bofors on the flanks. Now the IS-2 backed down a little bit. Smoke is kind of both good and bad for either one of these players, but in this case, definitely bad for the IS-2. Something might have been, could have been sneaking up here. Yikes. IS-2 just sniped that M4. You know what I would like to see right now? An off-map right here. That would be so good. Now so far, Fredericka is leading with 13 points. But he's barely holding, like, I would say barely holding 2 of them. Because this is basically only held by this dude here. And the only problem in the middle is the IS-2. Not quite sure where this guy's going. Ooh, okay. Looks like we might have a push in the south here. A lot of movement from Fredericka. Nicely positioned 50 though. Oh, there we go. The first off map, Fredericka is hitting it with a 203 mil. Still not much going on in the north. Yikes. Man, Colonel needs to get some luck with some tanks, man. There we go, there goes a T-34. Off map is going to hit some friendly targets, it seems. Luckily for Colonel, there isn't really anything in here. It all kind of got wrecked. Now, there is a bit of a problem over here though. Fredericka has moved up and taken over the entire town. Colonel does hold on to like the last building in the place. But he's got to watch out for Fredericka. He could just flood through this area. That could be a problem. TD is cutting off the infantry over here. We see an IL-2 coming in for the command tank. Oh, did not kill it. And it might actually get shot down. Yep, there it goes. Spitfires are just so fast. Another off map by Fredericka. Oh. The half tracks will survive. Looks like the infantry will get out as well. There we go. Very nice use of half tracks there. Just gotta keep driving. Another IS-2, man, that's expensive. In terms of like phase C income, they're basically equal. Which is interesting. So we got 4 IS-2s to worry about. We got a bunch of 85 millimeters. That's crazy. Fresh push in the north here by Colonel. Looks like he has a foothold on that next piece of forest. We got a bunch of new waves coming in. Possibly going to be used to flank around here. Sappers trading left and right. This TNT could hurt quite a bit. Okay, very good arty strikes. Infantry is stunned, arty is stunned. Quite a daring push over here. This IS-2 will definitely not be afraid of this guy. Well, if that IS-2 misses once, the TD might survive. Okay, yeah, it might actually survive. Oh, the Nuevis got spotted by the other IS-2 here, which is now turning its booty towards Colonel. Now in the north, massive push by Colonel. Lots and lots of infantry, some sappers, some pioneers. We got some tanks as well. They will, however, be fired at by the 45mm and Su-76. Poor pioneers. Looks like Colonel might finally lose one of the DB-73s. Yep, there it goes. Second one got saved by the AA and will probably get shot down by the Spitfire. Very nice artillery strikes. Again, really good use of support vehicles. Man, this is going to be close. I do think Colonel is wondering how he's going to take care of these IS-2s. That would be the main question I would ask myself as well. So he is getting some 76mm Shermans. And they will definitely wreck an IS-2 at close range. I would say like 1,000 meters max would be like the ideal distance to get some kinetic damage. And he has a really good position here. Yeah, we got Colonel holding on to this point tooth and nail right there. I don't think Colonel can hold this. It is just a bit too far into enemy territory, and he does not really have the fire support to help these units out. Like a few AT gun, like an AT gun here would be amazing. Mortars once again firing on the IS-2. We got a bunch of these light guns suppressing the infantry. Doing really good in general. Another bombing run coming in. And Colonel does have a stronger position in the north than Fredericka. That kind of turned really interestingly. Man, we got 3 76mm. Actually, make that 4. And that will definitely wreck that IS-2 if they all fire at the same time. Oh my god, look at the 50s. That's nuts. That is crazy. Ooh, the IS-2 got wrecked. What killed it? Oh, this guy. Oh, that was sick. Yeah, that's what got it. Very nice kill. That just opened up the route for Colonel's Shermans. Now there is another IS-2 here, but once there's a bunch of Shermans on the tree line, that's it. IL-2 once again coming in for a gun run, taking out the M10, getting absolutely demolished by the 50 cals. DB-73 to retaliate. That's going to delete that Gordia. Well, it basically made them all fall back. And for some reason, Fredericka is still kind of focusing on this. I don't think that should be a priority right now. There's nothing to be gained from taking over this hill. I mean, yeah, there's a conquest point, but it's easily countered. It's like 2 meters away from the enemy spawn. So you just get things like this. That bombing run is going to wreck all these after Machikis. You don't trust me? Oh, okay, you're about to see it. Alright, never mind. I was wrong. But they still got wrecked. The 105mm deleted them. Like, this is though one of the moments where Colonel could have really benefited from off-map. Oh, speaking of, there's an off-map. Like, if I was him, I would probably use it on this forest. But then again, you have the Sapeurs here, so maybe on the IS-2, or on this blob, or on the AA. There's too many choices. I would probably use it on the 85mm. Or use the mortars on this and just off-map this. I think that's his thought process. So that's going to get mortared. That's going to enable these guys to move up, I would say. At least that's how I would play that. And the off map could be perfect to take out all of this stuff. That IS-2 is still a problem here though. DB-73, not quite sure what it dropped on. Oh, right on top of these goonies. That yak has no chance. Another DB-73 dropped. And deleted that Stravniki. And a Yak 1B got shot down. Okay. 50 cals OP. Now, Colonel will lose in 7 minutes unless he really brings this back. Got a bunch of M5s just charging through. Good strategy, it's valid. It works. And they got Shrek'd anyways. There goes 2 squads of Gordias. And that is a beautifully placed off map. That's going to wreck that AA gun. Possibly the Panzer Track as well. But more importantly, it's going to just create chaos over here. Oh, there goes that 85. The majority of infantry has been missed. One of them will get wrecked. All of these guys, though, there will still be a problem. Now, I'm telling you, I'm actually impressed by the effectiveness of these 60mm. Five minutes left for Colonel to do something. Colonel does definitely have the possibility of taking this over. Like, this should be fairly easily done. If he knows this IS-2 is here, just moving a little bit of infantry over this hill could easily take care of that. There goes the Aftomashikis. Jesus Christ. That's rough. Four minutes left. Another off map. Interesting. Ooh, it might actually... no, the IS-2 will need to move much faster than that. If that would have been timed a little bit better, that IS-2 could have been wrecked as well. But it probably isn't even spotted for Colonel. Speaking of IS-2, this one is also on the move, it seems. Looks like a big push by Fredericka. Colonel does have a lot of firepower here. It's kind of crazy. Panzerschrecked. Yep, there we go. As expected, a little bit of a push going on over there. A whole lot of infantry being spawned in here as well. And the game is now neutralized, because this point was taken. Ooh, that is a good off map. 20 seconds. If that IS-2 stays there, that should enable Colonel to maybe briefly move up his tanks into the flank. Or the off map might actually kill it. M5s are just being the lords of this game. Really good suppression on infantry. There comes the off map. well, hit him once. Did bring it down to half suppression. So that's something. Fredericka once again gaining a point there. And also retaking this one. That one is barely in Colonel's hands. This is very interesting. Can Colonel turn this around? He would need to put everything on everything right now. It's just the IS-2s, man. They're the real problem. If this M5 somehow kills it. Man, what did that M5 do to you? DB coming in for the IS-2. Definitely a good call. We got a minute 45 seconds. It doesn't look good. It does not look good. Oh, very good bombing run though. That was impressive. In 1 minute 10 seconds, we got DB-73s going everywhere. Kinda crazy. Off map in 35. That could still actually do some damage. It's not over till it's over, so he needs to take 2 points. He needs this one and that one. I think those are the easiest. This one could be possible if this IS-2 gets destroyed real quick and these guys race over. Off map hitting in 13 seconds, so we got 35. M5s are moving in, okay. Taking that point. Oh man, this is too close. Bounced it. Equalized with just 10 seconds to go. Can this be held? That's the real question. It does not look like it, does it? Man, that was very close. Minor defeat, but an amazing game. Let's go over the stats and then I'll give my thoughts on what maybe could have happened. So here's the kill list, just pause whenever. And the same is true for the losses. IS-2s were just wrecking everything. So I think the main thing that both players just played it great. I don't think Colonel could have done much more than what he did here, but maybe using, I don't know, these are really nitpicky things. I don't think he could have done anything differently. He just played really, really well. I don't know, maybe using some smoke to cut off line of sight of some units so that he could move up a little bit closer, but that's nitpicky stuff. That was a really good match between Fredericka and Colonel Koenig 42. We are going to be looking at the next game very shortly, so stay tuned for more Steel Division 2. Take care.